Welcome back, guys, and today I'm going to show you how to do a S.o.s chaining Smeargle. I already did a slideshow about this, but I figured I'd actually go through the steps in the game. And the first thing you're going to need to do is go to Route 2 and hunt for a Smeargle. You have a 20% chance encounter rate, and there's only certain patches of grass that you can run into them at. And we are at one of those right now. We're going to run away from this drowsy, and we're going to find a Smeargle. So one of the patches is this patch of grass right here where I'm at, right here, and up over here. This patch of grass has Smeargles in too, and the one to the left of the pathway. So we're gonna keep going until we get that Smeargle. Okay, we finally ran into our Smeargle. Now we want to make sure we use false swipe. So then he will sketch our false swipe, and then he will know false swipe. So let's just go ahead and do that. There we go. Sorry, Smeargle. So now he will learn our false swipe, and he will know that, and now we can catch him. Oh, but he's calling for help. Luckily nothing came, so we'll easily catch him with our Ultra Ball. Alright. Now we're going to want to head over and catch a Trubbish. Then, once you get to Melemele City, you're going to want to go up to the outer cape up here and go in the grass and hunt for a Trubbish, which would have a 30% encounter rate. And I already have a Trubbish, so I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next step, but you're going to want to go ahead and catch a Trubbish. If you do not, then you're going to want to breed that Trubbish. Okay, this is where you could branch off into two different ways how you want to do it. You could either breed Trubbish to get to level 3 and get Recycle, or you could go to the move deleter, delete all the moves from Trubbish, except Recycle, and then you want to level up your Smeargle to where you learn Sketch again, and then go hunt for a Ditto on Route 10 on Ula Ula Island. And then when we have Ditto transform into our Trubbish, he will learn the Recycle ability, then Smeargle will be able to sketch it. Some people like Recycle, some people like Recover here. However, I'm building my Smeargle to use Soak. But I think for this tutorial, we're just going to go ahead and get our Trubbish bred. Now we got our Trubbish hatching. He needs to get to level 3 to learn Recycle. But I'm going to spend some time leveling this Trubbish up so he can outspeed a Smeargle. So we're going to go back to Route 2, find another Smeargle, use Recycle so Smeargle will sketch Recycle, and then we'll switch into our Smeargle once he hits level 11 and relearn Sketch again, and then we will be sketching Recycle. And also, I forgot to mention earlier, if you do not have a Ditto, you will need 2 Trubbishes, 1 female and 1 male. So let's go ahead over to Route 2 after we level this guy up a little bit. Alright, we just got to Route 2 and we literally the first encounter we ran into a Smeargle. So now we have to outspeed it. So you gotta make sure, like I said, we're faster and we have to use Recycle. But he's gonna sketch it anyway. Now also, since we spent some time leveling up Trubbish, we also had to level up our Smeargle to at least level 11 for it to learn Sketch again. So now we will switch into Smeargle so it can sketch that Smeargle's Recycle. Alright, now we'll sketch that bad boy. Now we have Recycle. Next, to get Smeargle to learn Recover, you're going to want to head over and look for a Corsola that's above level 8 and make sure your Smeargle is at least level 21 so it can learn its 3rd sketch ability. Alright, we're right where we need to be to get Corsola. You're going to have to go to the Pokemon Research Lab right here. You're going to want to hop on your trusty Lapras and ride out to sea. You're going to want to head right over here, right through these rocks. Now be careful when you approach this fishing spot, right? You don't want to get too close, because if you get too close, it will run away. So we're going to keep fishing until we get a Corsola. Nice! We ran into a Corsola. After a few tries, we finally got to a Corsola, and it's level 17. Perfect. We got Corsola to use Recover. It's been sketchy, I'm not going to lie. Both Corsolas use Recover, so we're going to get Recover here on our Smeargle. It's been a crazy, sketchy few turns here. No pun intended, right? We'll just choose that Corsola. Whew, my heart was racing. I was getting a little worried that we weren't going to get Recover going off because they kept using Bubble Beam and Ancient Power and Refresh, and that's the first time they used Recover. Alright, so we know Smeargle can't beat these two, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Marowak and finish this off, and we'll move on to our next step. Now there is two ways to go about this. The first way is you could continue what we did with the Corsola and find the Pokemon that you want for your Smeargle to learn from. Most cases, I'm going to go with Shellder because of Icicle Spear. That's a high PP move, but there's also another way to go about doing this. And you want to go to Hau'oli City and go to the move deleter after you already obtained that Pokemon you want Smeargle to learn from. And like I said, in my case, Shellder. And at level 13, Shellder learns Icicle Spear. So I am going to go ahead and delete every single move from Shellder but Icicle Spear. Then the next step after we do this is to go ahead and find a Ditto. So I'm going to go ahead and delete these moves, and then we'll go find ourselves a Ditto. We ran ourselves into a Ditto. It didn't take overly long, even though Ditto does have a 10% encounter rate on Mount Hakalani. So now we're just going to attack. And Ditto will transform into Shellder, and he will only know Icicle Spear. Then we will switch into our awesome S.o.s chaining beast Smeargle and learn that Icicle Spear. So we're almost done because this is the last step. So if you actually wanted to use this step for all the steps with Corsola, with the Trubbish, you could easily do that. It may be easier for you. It may not, but I like doing this with the Ditto for the attack, just because then you can customize which attack you want, and it is a little easier than trying to find certain Pokemon like the Corsola. Sometimes that Pokemon's hard to find, and in the battle with Corsola, with mine, it took a little bit because Corsola did not want to use Recover and it kept calling for help. And there we go, we got our perfect S.o.s chaining Smeargle done, and he's probably gonna get knocked out, maybe not, but that is how that is done. I'm actually gonna work on two of these bad boys because I would like one to know Soak for when I decide to S.o.s chain ghost Pokemon like Ghastly and stuff like that. Hopefully you found this informative and helpful, and I decided to do it this way with the Shellder instead of the way I did in the slideshow, just to give it a different perspective and just a new way to go about things. So as always guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.